What's going on there, everybody? Thanks for tuning in to the topics. Today we got a special one and an anniversary, ladies and gentlemen. So today, guys, we're going to be discussing Like Clockwork by the band Queens of the Stone Age. Now, guys, I want to give a shout out to Scratch a Track, the podcasters who starring Grim and the Dude. These two gentlemen are really informative of music, and I really gathered up some info from the band Queens of the Stone Age. Always knew about them, was familiar with the hits, No One Knows and such. So from hearing them podcasts and gathering some info about this album right here, guys. So shouts out to them because, you know, they put me on game on some Like Clockwork. So with that being said, guys, this is the anniversary for the album Like Clockwork. This album right here is banging. Start off, you know, by saying that, you know what I mean? This album right here, guys, was supposed to be produced by Trent Reznor. You know, Josh Homme and Trent Reznor had discussions on, Josh had wanted Trent to produce this album and things of that nature. Around this time, Trent Reznor was working on Hesitation Marks. You know, 9 Inch Nails, one of my favorite bands, you know what I mean, was going on hiatus and things of that nature, and, you know, making a comeback and things like that, which they're currently on hiatus still. I mean, Trent's been doing soundtracks and things of that nature, but I always wondered how this album would have sounded. After hearing that, how this album with Trent Reznor and Josh Homme, how this would have sounded. And to be honest, the album we got is honestly solid. It's solid, and if Trent Reznor really would have produced some of these tracks, that really would have just been a plus as well. But for the band, you know, for them to be coming up with this and going through the hardships that Josh had went through, they came up with a banging album right here, guys. You know, I hear a lot of Queens of the Stone Age fans say that this is their best body of work. This is a lot of their favorites and things of that nature. So without any further ado, guys, let's go and jump into Like Clockwork, Queens of the Stone Age, Josh Homme. And we get the first track, guys, entitled Keep Your Eyes Peeled. Now, what I like about this track right here, guys, I mean, just starting off with a bang, you know, he starts off with this country kind of, you know, biker bar feel, you know what I mean? Just late night, kind of like that biker bar music, you know what I mean? Where you just come into a bar and freaking playing some pool, getting some drinks, some beers, with the boys, hanging out, all kinds of chaos into mischief. And this track right here, guys, really gives off a solid feel, you know what I mean? I love the guitars on this one. We get a music video as well where again, the music video really fits the nature of this track, where them being in a kind of animated feel going on. These animated biker skeletons just vibing out, just fucking off their Harley Davidsons and stuff like that. Leather jackets looking all badass. That's another thing I love about Queens of the Stone Age is this dude can fucking dress. You know what I mean? He got the nice hair. You know what I mean? Taking care of the hair. The leather jackets. You know what I mean? The bikerness. Just that fucking... just that real rock and roll stuff, but not too grungy, but just fresh. You know what I mean? Keeping it fresh and crisp. That's what I like about Queens of the Stone Age, man. Josh Homme. So keep your eyes peeled, guys. We get the biker skeletons. Great track right here to open it off. A music video, just in your face right here, guys. This track right here got the bass, nice bass guitars on this one. Josh sounds clean. Just real of a nighttime kind of. Like I said, you know what I mean? This is one of those that you kind of want to be drinking to, smoking cigarettes to, vibing out to, shit like that. And nighttime track. And definitely want to throw on the music video too, so you can see the nature of what's going on in this track, guys. So keep your eyes peeled. Great way to open off the album. Definitely sounds like a single that can be for the album. And not sure if that was a single. Wouldn't surprise me if it is. But banging track starting off the record. I mean, we get this glass just, you know, shattering in the very beginning, sounding like Stone Cold Steve Austin, and then just getting that badass shit right there, guys. Love that track. Then we get into this one right here, guys, is what I would really call one of these suitable rock and roll songs right here that Queens of the Stone Age does very well. I Sat by the Ocean, track number 2, guys. This track right here, I would say the guitars are the standout on this track right here, where it goes goes a little bit better than that, guys. But you know what? The guitars are the standout on this one right here. Really just fits off the vibe of the track. Josh sounds great as well. Not too grungy and in your face as Keep Your Eyes Peeled. But you know what? Still a great track. Not one of my favorites on here, but definitely a nice chill track right here that you can play in the daytime, nighttime, sunset. We don't get a music video for this one, guys, but also I want to shout out the artwork to this. The artwork, from my knowledge, guys, whereas they had this, Josh was a fan of this artist who was drawing these skeleton pictures and things of that nature, and I believe that they invited him into the studio. They're rocking out together. Well, he wasn't playing any instruments, but he was hearing the album and gathering up the sound and trying to put an image to the sound. And quite frankly, I think he really nailed it with the artwork. I mean, we get the vampire, kind of like a shout out to Dracula, and something that is really simplistic, but at the same time symbolic. So I thought that was really necessary to fit this album. Shout out to the artist that provided that unique artwork that we got on Like Clockwork. Good stuff. I love the red nature that we get to that. The reddish really fits the sound and what's going on. Then we kind of, again, guys, with that leather nature going on that Dracula has. Again, and caring for somebody, that loving nature, you know what I mean? Just holding someone close to you. Because right about then, around this time, guys, Josh needed somebody close to him. I heard a lot of people fucking him over on the making of this album. So with that being said, you know what I mean? I relate to Josh in the making of this album. I also heard, guys, from the knowledge that Josh was in a coma. And he was getting knee surgery, and his heart had stopped. And we'll eventually get to one of those tracks later on, guys. But Josh was going through a lot on this album, and things of that nature. Not only with friendships, but also with health. You know what I mean? With going into that coma and his heart stopping and the knee surgery. I mean, battling with health, and also probably sobriety and freaking them friendships that come and go. So keeping it going, guys, with track number 3. Shout out to the artwork that we get on the album, guys. The Vampire of Time and Memory. Now, this track right here is banging. We get into the more slow feel again. Just, slowest track that we get so far, guys. This album is really highs and highs and lows and lows. The highs are really highs. They're really rocking out, just freaking having fun. In your face. The drums are in your face. Josh is in your face. All this stuff is going hard. But when the lows come, you really get that sympathy side, you know what I mean? You really get this, not even what I'd say soft, but just really maybe even vulnerable. I'm sure that Josh would agree with that, with these lyrics, and then the beats, how these beats just go from the highs and then really match up with the lows. You know what I mean? It doesn't throw you off. The energy doesn't seem to really just drop all of a sudden, even though the sound is descending and we're getting a slower tempo going on. But you know what? The vibe is still there. The Vampire Time and Memory. Love the vibe of this song right here, guys. Love how Josh sings on this one. Josh really always has that elvish kind of sounding going on, you know what I mean? Where he just kind of like, huh, huh, things like that, So Josh is nailing it on this track right here. Also, how he's bringing up the metaphor of the Vampire of Time and Memory. He's referencing how he survived. He kind of does this kind of like, he's kind of being, not really serious. He's kind of like joking around and just kind of like, I survived, hooray, all this stuff. And, it's kind of like just pumping himself up a little bit at the same time. Like, I survived, hooray, you know what I mean? It's kind of like a good and bad thing. Like, I survived, I'm glad, but then I'm here, hooray. So it's kind of funny. It's kind of like he's happy he's here, but then he's pumping himself up, but then he's kind of bashing himself about being here, because who knows? Maybe he enjoyed being in that coma. You know what I'm saying? So love that. Love the lyrics of this track right here, guys. Love Josh's energy and just his persona throughout this whole track right here. I mean, his whole personality is all over this album, but on this track right here, The Vampire Time and Memory, expresses it really well. And with the, instrumentation behind them, just kind of like, just again, sounding like this, nothing too crazy going on. We kind of just get these guitars really setting the mood, bass guitars and stuff. Really, this track right here is banging. Really just puts you in the mood and the vibe. And again, guys, if Trent Reznor would have came on this album, we probably would have got a lot of less guitars and things of that nature, probably more drum and bass. Around this time, Trent was working on Hesitation Mark, so, probably would have been a more drum and bass nature. Quite frankly, I think that they were nailing it so far, with the guitars going on, because Queens of the Stone Age, their instrumentation is ballin'. You know what I mean? It always sounds good. It always sounds pumped. Shit you want to play on a Friday. Always get you going. So with Vampire Time and Memory, guys, great track. Check that one out. No music video, but still worthy of. Track number 4, guys, we get to If I Had a Tale. This track right here, guys, this shit sounds like something that these 80s, 90s bands would have done, that would have been banging all over stadiums. This track sounds like it should be playing at the Super Bowl. Sounds like it should be playing at stadiums. Sounds like it should be playing at football games, basketball games, especially football games because of the outside nature. But you know what, guys? This track right here is banging. Again, similar to Keep Your Eyes Peeled, where we get this kind of like grunginess on the hook, especially when he goes to the hook part, where Josh sounds great, especially on the verses where he's like, just with the verses where he's going, and I'm afraid of mortality if I had a tail. And he gets into the hook. Now his verses, again, that Elvish kind of sounding where he's like, all this stuff. And then he gets into the hook where the instrumentation picks up a little bit more, getting in your face, getting louder. And this track, again, guys, like I said, sounds like something that should be in stadiums, that 90s bands would have been doing. Again, this is something that would have fit perfectly in the 90s. Love this track right here. Great energy. Josh sounds great. And quite frankly, the whole band is bringing it on this track right here. I'm not quite sure if we got a music video to this one right here. I don't think we did. The tracks that we did get music video, I believe that there was 3 music videos on here. So yeah, If I Had a Tail, I believe that there's no music video. But you know what, guys? This track right here just brings that energy. And, for some reason, I do think that there was a music video. I have to check up on that one, guys. This album right here is really visual. And when I think of this album, I really think of the nature of I Appear Missing and the Keep Your Eyes Peeled and, those visuals going on. But if there was a music video that was to this track right here, guys, I'm assuming it was similar to Keep Your Eyes Peeled, but I may be getting mixed up with I Appear Missing. But anyways, guys, still a track worthy of, banging track. If I had a tail, that's what I'm on. All this stuff, guys, so check that one out. Josh is killing it. He sounds great. That's probably my favorite hook off of the album. So, keeping it going, guys, with the energy, getting more in your face with My God is the Sun. This track right here, guys, I do believe that we got a music video for this one right here. Good stuff on this one right here. Good energy, especially if you guys have seen the performance where Josh is on stage with Dave Grohl and also Trent Reznor and things of this. They're performing these tracks. We get Dave Grohl doing the drums. Josh is doing his, awesome singing on the track live. Trent Reznor is teaming up and things like that, where Trent was doing a copy of and things like that, guys. Go and check that video out. Banging live performance. We get 2 banging tracks back to back with Dave Grohl and stuff like that. So this track right here, guys, brings the energy and things like that, guys. This track right here really makes me think of My God is the Sun. Now, this track really makes me think of, the nature of being outside. My God is the sun. I look forward to seeing another day, to seeing the bright days, the UV from the sunlight, and you know what I mean? Just that energy exchange that you get from the sun. That's what I take from this track right here, guys. Going back to him losing his life from the coma, from his heart had stopped for a short period of time. So this track, the lyrics make sense. It goes with that. I love the metaphor, the energy to this track right here, guys. Really great follow-up from I Had a Tail, and also the momentum that we're at so far is banging, is worthy of. So we got the track number 3 with the Vampire Time and Memory with the really slower vibes and mementos going on. Mementos, but mementos, something like that. And slower sounding and things like that going on, slower vibes. If I Had a Tail, getting into that more punk rock kind of feel, And then track number 5, My God is the Sun, getting straight to the face, straight to the point, music videos, drums in your face, Josh is coming in your face. No, I'm just kidding. But, all this is just going hard. And, My God is the Sun, music video, great meaning, and great track. So, following it up, guys, with track number 6, getting into that slower momentum again. That was the word, guys, momentum. So, getting into slower momentum with Calypsia. This track right here, guys, nighttime feel. This shit right here is banging again, similar to the feel that we get from the Vampire Time and Memory. Slower track. But you know what? This one right here really is a necessary track between the 2 tracks that is in the middle of. Previous track, guys, we got My God is the Sun, Calypsia, great track right here. At first, it took me a minute to hear Josh really say, Calypso in the hook. And you know, I love when he does that in the hook. He sounds great. You know, the slower tempos in this one. His singing on this one is banging. He sounds great on this one. Real good harmonizations. He's hitting those notes on this one. Sounds really good. Damn near the most Elvis sounding probably out of the album when it comes to Josh's singing. Great track record, guys. Picks up the second half with the guitars and things of that nature. And no joke, this one might be up there with one of my favorites, Calypso. Love this track right here. Just really, just one of those tracks you just want to close your eyes to and just vibe out. Track number 7, guys. We get Josh and Trent Reznor on this one right here, guys. Track number 7, Fairweather Friends. This track is banging right here, guys. This one is a fuck you to the people that have done Josh dirty. And my God, have we all not been there? You know what I mean? We have all been there, people doing us wrong. These are the fair weather friends, the people that come and go, the people that have done us wrong, the naysayers, the betrayers, the fake friends. Farewell, you know what I mean? The fair weather friends. I love this track right here. Trent sounds great. We don't really get to hear Trent too much, but you know what? How much we hear him of, you can tell it's Trent by the nasally singing and the deeper, you know, the deep vocals he got going on. Love this track right here. This track right here, guys. Once I heard that Trent and Josh were, you know, did a track together, I knew this track was going to be banging. Love the energy to this one right here, guys. Definitely just fits the vibe and the title, that Fairweather Friends. This track just feels like we're having fun and fuck you, you know, while we're doing it. You know what I mean? I love that stuff. This track is fun, brings the energy. This is rock and roll. And what a great pair for Josh and Trent Reznor. And funny enough, guys, they got the same birthday. Recently did a video where a happy birthday for Trent Reznor. And funny enough, yes, they have the same birthday. So that is unique. That is dope. That is what I call a friendship. You guys got the same birthday. So Fairweather Friends, guys. Great fucking track right there. Check that one out. One of my second favorites off the album. I do have a number 1. But you know what? This track right here, guys. Such a great, I mean, literally. We get from Calypso to track number 7 to Fairweather Friends. And then, guys, following it up with track number 8. My favorite track off the album. Smooth Sailing. This track right here is so banging. I'm telling you, this track right here is fun. This track is just a party vibe. This track is a movie in itself. And this track is everything I like about music and about Queens of the Stone Age. Guys, we get this funny music video where Josh is at this Chinese restaurant. You know, he's taking shots with these Chinese people having fun. And they're drunk. They got so drunk that they're causing chaos. They're doing acid. They're doing coke. They're partying with the girls. It looks like they're at Boomers for a bit. You know what I mean? Just on those motorcycles looking at the screen. Having fun. Just driving around. You know, chaos. Drinking and driving. Up and down parking lots. You know what I mean? Just, again, partying with the girls. Looking like they're having a good time. Everything is fun. And I'm telling you, some of the other members, not Josh, but he got these people, these Chinese people, so drunk that they're tripping hard, man. They're tripping hard. They're hitting people with golf clubs. They're, you know what I mean? Just, you know, they can't tell what's reality and what's not. You know, they think that, you know, that this person is really a zombie and a ghost because he's tripping on acid, and he just gets the thing and just goes thanks. And it's so funny because, you know, we hear him just literally just like, and he's killing these people while he's tripping. And the song is like rock and rolling in the background. So awesome stuff, guys. This music video is hella funny. The track is also a great time. I love the vocals. I'm telling you, this track is like, this is just a vibe. This is a party vibe. This is a banger. This is what you come to when you're needing to party. Now, guys, Smooth Sailing on this track right here, guys, we get... this seems like again, funny enough how this is the track after Fairweather Friends, because this seems like a fuck you part 2 to Fairweather Friends. This feels like Fairweather Friends part 2. We're continuing the vibes, baby. Smooth sailing from here on out. Yeah. The guitars on this one are banging. Love the guitars on this one, guys. You can even listen to the instrumental. again, this track right here, this was I believe, one of the first tracks that was written for the making of this album. And from what I believe, actually, guys, I think this was the first track, or this was a track that was made when things were going well. I believe that, things were rearranged into the perfect alignment. And Josh made this song when he felt that, what, we are in the lane right here, guys. This is smooth sailing from here on out. And that is literally how the song goes. You know what I mean? Just pretty much just referencing that, where it's like, guys, we're in the fucking perfect lane. Let's keep this going. Smooth sailing from here on out. All that stuff. He's rocking out. Pretty much just saying, this is the lane right here, guys. We are in the lane. I am back. Fuck those people. I know where I'm at. I know the people. And I know what's going on. From here on out. I love that stuff, guys. Great track. Track number 8. Smooth Sailing music video. If you want to laugh. If you want a good time. Just throw on Smooth Sailing. Just throw it on in the music video. And enjoy. And I guarantee you will laugh your ass off. With Smooth Sailing. And Josh Homme. Track number 9, guys. We get I Appear Missing. We get a music video to this one. Awesome music video to this one. This one right here, guys, is going back to his coma that he had suffered from, and how his heart had stopped and things like that. And he references "Shock Me Awake, Tear Me Apart." I believe the other name to this track is "Calling All Comas." That's what it says in the music video, guys. What I love about the music video and the nature that we get in the visuals that we get on Like Clockwork, guys. This skeleton that just looks like this, just, bad boy, just freaking biker, just this badass wearing, this time he's not wearing leather, but he's wearing a suit. You can tell it's a reference to Josh Homme. He got the hair done. He got the, the suit just looking all badass and shit. And again, a music video where it's funny because we get this metaphor reference where at the end of the music video, he's falling for his life. And, that could mean a metaphor for death right there, guys, just falling to your death and things like that. It's funny how, well, not even funny, but how he references that in there. And that's in the music video. And also, guys, there is a reference. Tell me if I'm wrong in the comment section, guys. Is there a reference to 28 Days Later in this track right here, guys? Because when Cillian Murphy is going up the staircase in 28 Days Later, there's also something that's written on the wall that says the end is extremely fucking high or near or something like that. And it is written the same way as it's written in the music video for I Appear Missing. In 28 Days Later, guys, let me know if there's a comparison. Funny enough, this is the anniversary for for Like Clockwork. This is the anniversary for Like Clockwork, and today I just finished 28 Days Later. What a fucking trippy movie. And funny enough, guys, how this is the anniversary for that, and I put that together today. And, what a coincidence, you know what I mean? Revelations, baby. Things go full circle. So with that being said, guys, we get a music video. Great track right here. Love the guitars on this one. I would say the guitars and Josh's vocals are a standout, really. I love the brown, shock me awake, tear me apart. I think he sounds really great on this one. And again, talking about his coma, how calling all comas and things like that, guys. Deep meaning to this one. Great fucking track. So far, guys, this whole album, coming from track number 1 to 9, all these tracks have meaning. They mean something. They bump hard. And it's just all around just good sounding music. And to end it off, guys, we ended off with a hell of a journey with the title track, Like Clockwork. Going back to the Calypsia vibes, guys, and the Vampire of Time and Memory. Funny enough, because this album really could have been called The Vampire of Time and Memory, due to the nature of if Josh had passed and looking back at the time and the memories and referencing him and portraying himself metaphorically as a vampire. That could have been the title of this album. That would have fit. But Like Clockwork, guys, I love the metaphors behind that. That could mean so many things. And I'm telling you guys, this track right here, the vocals on this one, I know I say that with every track, but I'm telling you, I love it. I never knew what I meant till I met you. All that stuff. I'm telling you, he sounds great. on this track right here is banging. What a way to end off the album. We do start off a little bit on the slower side, guys. It really sounds acoustic like, and Josh is doing his just harmonic melodies and things like that throughout the track. We do get this killer guitar solo going on, and the mints of the track that is banging. You know what I mean? I do wish that guitar solo was a little longer. You know what I mean? Kind of short guitar solo there, but you know what? That's what I love, that because it just keeps me coming back, and we're playing that part. But you know what? That guitar solo, guys, is banging. Check out Like Clockwork, the whole album, the title track. This track right here, guys, is really like mixed emotions. I mean, it starts off like again on the acoustic, more slower melody side, really on the quiet side, and then picks up on the ending and things like that, guys. Then we get these harmonies and things like that going on to end us off. And yeah, guys, we ended off there with Like Clockwork. I do wish, guys, that this album was longer. But other than that, you know what? This was a hell of a journey. This album right here, I've been playing back to back just quite often. Always been a fan of this album. And hearing it as a whole has just honestly been, guys, just not only soothing but catering. It's been therapeutic. It's been fun. It's been energizing. It's been go-tos. It's been all this stuff, guys. And funny enough, today is the anniversary. You know, I've been playing this thing back to back recently, so it's just funny how time and memory and vampires come full circle, baby, like clockwork. With that being said, guys, do yourselves a favor. Queens of the Stone Age, Like Clockwork. Today's the anniversary. Check it out. Listen to the thing. If you haven't already, just check out the whole album from track 1 to 10. You can shuffle this thing. Guarantee that, you know, you can pick any track out of here. Gonna be a banger. For the fans of Queens of the Stone Age, guys, let me know your favorite tracks off this album. Do you prefer the grunginess, the heaviness on Keep Your Eyes Peeled and If I Had a Tail, That's What? Do you prefer the partiness with Fair Weather Friends and Smooth Sailing? Do you prefer the hypnotic, smoother side with Like Clockwork and Vampire Time and Memory? And last but not least, so with that being said, guys, Like Clockwork, Josh Alman, Queens of the Stone Age, thank you guys for providing the bangers. Thank you guys for tuning in to the topics. Let me know what else to discuss on the topics, guys. We're over here, we're going to discuss music, movies, art, etc. Go and let me know your favorite track off Like Clockwork. Go and let me know what else to discuss on the topics. And with that being said, guys, till next time, deuces.